did a video first reaction to um, the Torture Police Department. Unfortunately, I don't think it's visible because of copyright claims. And I guess I can dispute that. I don't know if, okay, one thing said they'll automatically expire after a certain amount of time and then they'll be fine. I don't know, or I can dispute them. But there's like each song and there's a whole process. So I did like one. Anyway, I did not listen to the second part of Torture Force Department yet, but I just found this playlist I had made, and I'm not gonna probably be able to play the songs because of how it is, but TS that I haven't heard yet. So this isn't every Taylor Swift song I haven't heard yet. This is just some Taylor Swift songs, and obviously like I've played that since I made the list. But in addition to TTPD Part 2, which I haven't heard any of those, here are some other Taylor Swift songs that I have not heard yet. So, first I have Cold As You, and apparently I did listen to it, but I don't remember it. I wanted to hook up my headphones so I could like do a listen and sort of bit of reaction, but that wasn't really working. I guess my headphones are only hooked to my phone and not my Taylor Swift Sparks Fly also says I played that, but I don't remember. So both of these songs are songs that I have heard, but I don't even know well enough to remember that I heard them. Tied Together with a Smile. Okay. I don't even think I've ever heard of that. So I do not know that song. Right Here Where You Left Me. I think I've heard of that one a few times, but I haven't heard it. Hoax, I've heard people talk about, but I still have not heard Hoax. Cornelia Street, people will be shocked by that. So that's not entirely true, even though this shows that it hasn't been played, because I know that I listened to the whole Lovers album. So I've probably heard Cornelia Street once, maybe. Taylor Swift, The Archer. I have heard The Archer a couple of times that I sort of have a vague recollection of. Peace. Nope, nope, I was thinking of Clean. Peace. Have I heard Peace? I think, okay, so it's it's showing that I did watch it, but I can't really recall it. Oh, Peace. Wait, is that the one where she says, "If I can never give you peace, if you stand with me, the rain's always gonna come." So then I would have heard that one. Dancing with Our Hands Tied. Yeah, can you guys believe it? I've not heard Dancing with Our Hands Tied. Out of the Woods, I've heard. I guess at the time I added this, I had not heard it. So there's one definite cross off that I can like. Are we out of the woods? Are we out of the woods? Like, I know it enough to know that I did see out of the woods. Taylor Swift, New Romantics. I don't know that one either. New Romantics used to be like, in the 80s, it was like name of a whole sort of musical movement. Daylight. So again, it's on Lover, so that tells me I've heard it, but I don't recall it. So I don't know Daylight. And State of Grace. I don't know State of Grace. Welcome to New York. I have since I made this list, I have heard Welcome to New York. Queen, I've heard so many times now. I love Queen. Let me see. First time I listened to Queen, I don't think I was really very impressed. It's very slow. Just like, not really feeling it. And now it's just like a real nice one to put on when you're feeling a certain type of way. And so actually Queen is in has moved up to lists of songs that I have definitely heard, definitely recognize, definitely know, definitely love. So yay. Um Maroon. So I didn't make this super long ago. Oh hi. Aaron's Dragons. Wow, what a cool name. Very cool. Um so yeah, I hadn't heard Maroon. But now I have. Now I've heard Maroon. I definitely know it really well and can sing it. Um, I know it well enough to like. I know some of the lore on it. I know it enough to like sort of form some of my own opinions, whatever. How you get the girl? So I guess I've heard it. Some of these I also could have played because I could have put the playlist on and like fell asleep or like put it on before bed. So just because it shows red doesn't even mean necessarily. But I do not know how you get the girl. I've seen clips of it, people talking about certain things, but I actually don't even know that one. I think Swifties would be really surprised at some of these Taylor Swift songs that I don't know. I am a Swiftie, but I'm a failure as a super Swiftie. Okay, so I just said I am a failure as a super Swiftie. I know, like, how can you not know Maroon and Clean, especially? But I had heard people talking about Clean for so long, and then I just finally listened to it. You know, Maroon too was one that really didn't connect with right away. Um, I mean, am I even a Swiftie? I haven't even listened to part two of the Georgia Poets Department because I cannot absorb that much music all at once. I'm still I'm still absorbing part one. I haven't even listened to the Kim K song, which is killing me. But I want to listen to it, but I want to do a reaction. And my first reaction video is on hold, so I don't know, you know. So, and I've also had a lot of real unfortunate stuff going on in my life, so I've kind of had to wait on. I want to wait until I can like really enjoy it. Oh my god, girl, I wish. No. I definitely cannot afford that. So, the only time I ever go to a concert is when a certain friend of mine buys me concert tickets and takes me. And she's not a fan. So I would die. I would die. I would definitely like if, there were tickets that fell out of the sky into my lap, yes, I would die. Anyway. The Eras tour. So I have actually been a fan of Taylor Swift since Teardrops on My Guitar. I didn't remember hearing Tim McGraw when it came out, like before Teardrops, which is weird because I was a big, big fan of Tim McGraw, but I heard it later. I don't know, it's nice. But Teardrops on My Guitar was like my jam. And so I've always liked her, but I haven't really followed her, so I never really called myself a Swiftie. And I would say a couple of things that really pushed me into Swiftie territory and into lore were all the hate towards her just kind of made me really dig in. The Eras tour and welcome to the Eras tour. I had to say that. Watching a clip of the Eras tour and just seeing how amazing and how hardworking she is, like the first time I saw a clip, and it wasn't even like a major thing. Like it wasn't like where she dives into the stage. It wasn't where she had all the dancers. It was just her walking out and like the 8 billion people in the stadium. Oh my, that was so amazing. Like the Eras tour kicked me up like so many notches of amazement and respect, and I would definitely die to go to the Eras tour. Anyway, you had to ask. It's too soon to cut me open like that. Anyway, it was another thing. Oh, one thing that got me into the lore, honestly, like I mean, I had known certain things, a little bit about some of her boyfriends, but not all of them. John Mayer. Uh, we all know, you know, I already knew he was horrible anyway, because there was always talk about him. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, you have a fantastic time. It's gonna be amazing. Have you seen those videos of like little girls getting like Eras tour tickets like on their birthday, and they're just like, I'm gonna cry. They cry. They're just like, oh my god. I mean, it's so sweet. Oh, anyway, um, what was it? I didn't have it making this noise. Anyway, oh, one thing that that started like everything I knew about her until like really even before last year was not in a timeline. It was not like listen to her. I couldn't. Um, there's no timeline. A lot of songs I didn't even know how old they were, or even some of them I didn't even realize were new. Like, couldn't, I didn't, there was no timeline. It was just like, I like these songs, you know, in a way. Um, and then there was this video I clicked on that was about how her style choices in clothing reflected um, various times in her life, and it was the eras. It said eras in the video. I don't know for sure, but it was like how she used the clothes to represent and present like how she was trying to come across at the time, and how her style evolved and everything. And I was watching for the clothes, and I got such a history lesson. And everything kind of clicked into context. And this is also like about the time that I really learned about the Easter eggs and all this stuff that all the sort of fan participation stuff like that. So, which is so fun. It's so fun and so amazing. It's like you have to be a Swiftie now because it's a participatory thing. You don't just sit and wait for an album and listen to it and go to a concert. Like there's so much participation that you can, you know, be involved in the decoding and the lore and the this and the that and the bracelets and no. So no, I haven't been to a Taylor Swift concert at all. Um, but like I said, like before last year, I would have maybe considered myself a casual fan, I guess. Oh, but it's so fun even if you can't figure out the eggs yourself, just to watch other people decode them. It's cool. But I told one of my friends last year, I was like, I'm not a Swiftie, but and she's like, you're not. I would have thought you were. Like, talk about her all the time. So I was like, oh no. You don't know what a Swiftie is. It's not someone who listens to Taylor Swift music and talks about her all the time. It's a whole new breed. Yes, I'm bad at things like I cannot decode her fingernail polish. I never paid attention to like I mean I know I know the Lover colors and I know the colors for like Fearless is purple or I mean red is red obviously, but I can't I don't yeah I never yes I yeah that sounds really fun too. And I love the another thing that really got me into it was kind of two things that go together. They both have to do with the Eras tour. Also, is the whole like such a girls um, community that is seems to be created every time there's a tour. That's really cool. And the second thing about that is like she's so big and like there's never really been a teen. I mean, it's not just teenagers. I'm not a teenager at all. Um, oh, okay. Where are you from, Bree? Um, but what was I gonna say? But she's well known for having like a young teenage crazy fan base. And before Taylor Swift, the young crazy teenage fan bases always went to boy bands. So like NSYNC, um, the Beatles, which people don't want to call them a boy band, whatever. But I mean, they had the crazed fans who were hyperventilating. Elvis, who's not a band at all, but again, um, but like NSYNC, New Kids on the Block, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, because everyone knows that NSYNC was the most insane fans. Like, who's gonna win the Teen Choice Awards? NSYNC, because they have the most devoted fan base, and like no female singer has ever had a fan base that could rival NSYNC. Like it's this whole thing like that girls are basically just boy crazy and so like as a feminist, um, the idea that she's like has so much like social power and everything as a female, I just think it's amazing. I guess they were bored. Whatever, it's okay. Maybe people will watch on the rewatch. That happens a lot. Like a lot of people will join. Also, I do tarot readings, so I think sometimes they just see that I'm live and they want to know if I'm going to read their tarot cards. And then they figure out I'm not. But you'd think that also the sound. I know that my iPhone's making bad sound now. Um, it's fun here. I love it here. In Slovenia, on my feed at a Taylor Swift concert, where do you refer? Brie Llama. That's so cute. You llama and your mushroom. Um, what song was I? I want to play these, but I'm telling you, they will flag my video. So, welcome to New York. I actually do know. State of Grace, I do not know. Welcome to New York, I know like a little bit. Like I would maybe recognize it. Oh, I was gonna ask you where you were going for the concert. So much fun. Who are you going with? Going with like your family, your friends? Um, isn't it crazy? I don't even know how you get the call. I got two versions of it on here. Death by a Thousand Cuts. I've heard and I know a little bit. Oh my gosh, so fun! Such a special time. Have you two been to any other Taylor Swift concerts together? It's so fun. Is your mom also a Swiftie or is she just going for you? You're on your own, kid? I have heard that a million times. But when I put this list together, I had not heard it. So I love that. I love that one. I've convinced you in other ways. That's the thing. It's just, I'm like, even I am like, so many songs, and I know they're big songs. Like, I'm in groups on Facebook where people talk about songs and they mention some of these songs over and over and over again. And I'm just like, I've never heard that song. I've never heard Wonderland. I have no idea about that one. I started making lists because people in groups would be like, okay, so what's your favorite song? Or we're always talking about our favorite song. So what's like a skip for you? Ooh, and everyone gets very mad and takes every skip personally. But like the skip lists were some of the ones where I made a lot of lists to listen to songs. So it's like she has so many songs. I feel like I'll never run out of new songs to hear from her, even if she never puts out another album, which of course she's going to. The most productive woman this town has ever seen, right? Oh, you got surprised, didn't you? You're like, hey, I never don't know that either. Mirrorball, I do know. Mirrorball, I didn't listen to that for the longest time. Also, I didn't really listen to anything off of Folklore and Evermore unless it was a single, because I liked the singles off of it enough. I didn't even learn, I had not even listened to Betty until last year, this year maybe. My son is 9, he just turned 9, and he is also Swiftie. He loves Betty, and he knows so many words. And he said, you know, in that one song, Taylor said something, and then she immediately contradicted herself. And I'm like, oh, and he's like, yeah. She says, I don't, Betty, I don't know anything. But then she says, but I know I miss you. So that's something that she knows. And I'm like, yeah, well, I had another, was pointed out in one of the groups I was in that, oh wow, you are a newbie. Um, she also contradicts herself, or James does, when he says, right at the beginning, Betty, I won't make assumptions, and then immediately makes assumptions. But I think I know why you changed, you know. Wait, that isn't that actually making an assumption? And my son says, I think she does it on purpose. That's the best part. He knows how she is with the details. He loves it every time I share a detail with him. Like, her new album is a double album, and she didn't even announce that there was going to be a 2 a.m. announcement. She just left so many clues we all knew. And then at 2 a.m. she said a double album, and there's 31 total songs, and 31 backwards is 13. And she's like, and he's like, the details. He loves the details. He's uh, he's an interesting little guy. He loves details. Right, Mirrorball, this is me trying. Okay, this is me trying. I have heard uh quite a lot, but all recently, very recently. But I have heard it enough to know it now. I know, I know. You learn so many so fast. I literally just go to a list of Swifties talking about songs they don't like, songs they skip, songs that never did it for them, and then other Swifties being really mad. And then I'm surprised if I don't like me. People don't like me. I love me. Me, everyone thinks is like, I don't know, too positive, too upbeat. But it's like, to me is like a soft pitch of Antihero. Oh, thank you, Brie Lama. Me is like Antihero and also Blank Space. Me is got all those, I never leave well enough alone. Trouble's gonna follow where I go. And I mean, it's a upbeat, silly, happy song, but it's also about like, I have flaws. you know, and a lot about her self doubts and the criticisms against her and all those things. So I don't know. And those are two of my favorite songs. But I have like 92 favorite songs by Kelly. But those are two of my favorites. Are Antihero and Blank Space, and I don't care. Like a lot of fans also don't want to let my favorite is Mirrorball or something that no one's heard of unless they're a Taylor Swift fan. Nope. My favorite is I Knew You Were Trouble, and I'm like, I want that. You ever watch? I don't know if you guys have like WWE wrestling where you are. Oh, that's sweet. Um, but when the wrestlers enter the ring, they have like this little clip of like theme music that plays every time they walk in. And I've always imagined if I was a wrestler or just if I had theme music, like I was on a TV show, being the main character. Oh, thanks. Um, that I want to walk in and have it play. Trouble, trouble, trouble. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Trouble, trouble, trouble. So I've just said for the longest, like, I want that to be my theme song. And then I worked in a drive through at a famous fast food place. Okay. You know, big letter sign. Anyway. And one of my coworkers was like, oh, I hate Taylor Swift. He was so, like, dark, like, edgy, kind of emo bro or whatever. But he was cool. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's so upbeat and so sad at the same time. And so I would tease him just because he was like, "Hey, Taylor Swift," and I'd be like, "Shake it off, shake it," just because he didn't like it. And then it started to be my song during whenever I would have a really well, Taylor swears, so I can, right? Whenever I'd have a really shitty customer, which unfortunately was all too often. I remember it all too well. Aw, thanks. Um, I get distracted. I get distracted. Um, whenever I would have a really shitty customer, like in the want to put me in a dark mindset. It's so hard because you have cars coming through the drive-through and it's beep, beep, beep in your ear. Take an order, and at the same time, you're literally supposed to be taking orders, counting change, and saying, repeating back someone else's order and saying thank you and all these things at the same time. Um, that's a hard one. I would, I part of me wants to say lover, but part of me wants to say 1989, a reputation. Um, or Midnights. I like all those are the ones to choose from. But and so someone comes through and they're like really nasty and mean to you, and then they drive off, and then you had just experienced this, you know, gut punch bullying. Like people can be bullies in customer service, and then you got to be nice to the next 52 customers, and you have no time to process it at all. So I would run out whenever I'd get like a crappy customer and like find his name was Michael and just like sing and dance, shake it off at him because it was fun to like annoy him, and it was also like a way to like just make a joke and like literally shake it off because I had to keep doing my job. I had to do it with a broken heart. I did. to smile like it was my birthday and everything. Um, and that became a fast favorite. I was thinking the other day about, she's most well known for Shake It Off, and people don't like her because Shake It Off. People think she's got nothing in her head, and she's just like this empty-headed, poofy Shake It Off singer or whatever. She's like, okay, here, a 31 of the most depressing songs you could ever listen to. It's a little emotional. But I've heard people say Taylor Swift is just emo and pink. So I have no merch. No, I'm broke. I'm broke, broke, broke. Oh, I did answer that one question about the album. My son, he said 1989 has got to be our favorite because it's got the songs that we like the best. Um, Love Story is on there, and we like it. I love Love Story. Some people don't like Love Story either, because it's like so becomes so cliche or whatever. But Love Story is that one like you see that people will just start singing along, like huge crowds, like it's so well known and like is it sappy? Is it like obviously we've been hearing it for a long, long time? All those things for sure, but like it's such a uniting song. It's just like it's the siren call, right? It is the siren call of Taylor Swift. Oh yeah. Um, 22 is one that I knew, but like had hardly ever listened to. That one became kind of like a new one that I played a lot last year. So fun. Oh, that's so cool. I mean, as much as you want to have your friend be like a Swiftie, it's so cool when someone can be a non Swiftie and not be a hater. It's so rare. It's so rare. Like, there's no reason to hate her or anyone as much as she's hated. And there's not, like, there's nobody I can think of unless they're like, R. Kelly, who did crimes against children. And even then, like, if you mentioned that you liked a song of his or something, I can't even imagine getting so hard and cold the way people do. Like, they just will reject anything you have to say. And, like, he's got so many people make excuses for him. And she's never done anything. I mean, David Bowie's done worse things than Taylor Swift. I know I'm still a fan of David Bowie, but I'm just saying. We're having spring, so it's like all over the place, back and forth. Cold, hot. Mm, it's hard to imagine not having heard you around your own kids, but I hadn't, and it's amazing. Wonderland, Mirrorball. This is me trying. That took me a lot of years, listens to be able to hear it, and to like really catch what's happening, and to like, man, everyone's so emotional about that. It's too short and too quick or something for me. I don't know that too. Like, I like it, but it doesn't really make me cry. But maybe that's, I don't know. It will someday, I'm sure. Someday I'll be listening to it and I'll be blown. So it goes. I do not know that. I have not heard it. Holy cow! I wonder if. Oh, double speed. I already had it on double speed. So. okay, I heard that like in super fast speed, but I'm liking the vibe. Um, call it what you want. I think maybe I had heard the chorus of that or something. I still think I've heard parts of it, but I don't really know it well. I know places. Don't know that one at all. You're losing me. Ugh, I've heard that since. I know, right? Sometimes it's like, I don't think I know that song when you listen to it. It's like, yeah, you do. Glitch. Okay, Glitch I have heard and I am not a fan of. It just is too glitchy. Like, it has no flow for me. I just don't enjoy it. The Lakes. I have heard The Lakes. I thought it was really boring for the longest, and now I love it. Now I listened to it this morning at least twice. I'm always walking around my house going, "Take me to the lakes where all the poets went to die." Yeah, right. You hear them being talked about. Snow on the Beach, I have heard, featuring Lana Del Rey, but I heard the even more Lana Del Rey version first. It's definitely I like it better. Snow on the Beach, So It Goes. Don't even know So It Goes. Cowboy Like Me, I've heard, but I don't really know it. Seven, I don't know Seven. Open Eyes. This says I played it, but I don't. I don't belong here, and my beloved neither do you. I don't know the Open Eyes one. I know the other one from the Hunger Games. Last Kiss. Don't know. Afterglow. Don't know. Ed Sheeran has a song called Afterglow. So I'm like, I guess I was wondering if they were similar or different.
While I waited, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And I heard, listened to about half of it. I heard I Can Do It With a Broken Heart on TTPD, but I didn't see the official lyrics video. I'm just like, OMG, wow. Wow. Like, that's the most amazing lyrics video ever. You're back too. We're both back, yay. So, while I was waiting, I listened to about half of I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And I just said, but I'll say it again. I had listened to it when it came out, but I just watched the official lyrics video. It's just like, oh my god, wow. That could be like the regular video. Maybe they won't do a whole video for it, but they have to. They have to do a real video because, like, this is the one bop. Isn't that hilarious? On the whole sad album, well, I haven't heard side two, but this is like the one bop, and it's I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, and it's like the most upbeat song. Besides, like, well, it's the one. It's the boppiest one. Okey pokey. I'll definitely watch that with more closely after I stream, after I finish my stream. So, where was my scroll? I do not know I Know Places. I know you're losing me. Stop, you're losing me. Of course I know that one. Well, all of the songs have like official lyrics videos already. So if you go on her YouTube, you'll see. But I'm sure they'll make a video for that one because I'm sure that's going to be a single. I don't know how it could not be a single. My favorite song is But Daddy, I Love Him. Although I don't. I'm tired of the title. I'm so tired of the title of it. Like, it was cool as like a clue or whatever, but now I'm over it. But I love this song. I don't know what I would rather have her call it. It is what it is. But Daddy I Love is my favorite, and then I really like Fortnite, and I listen to that a lot. And I love the video for Fortnite. Also don't love the title of Fortnite. I Love You, It's Ruining My Life, even though it's a million times longer, is basically what I think of the song as. So, it's not like she shied away from long titles. So Glitch is like, it irritates me. So, like, just the way that it's the only one, like, that I really kind of dislike is Glitch. But I'll probably still listen to it a few more times. Open Eyes. Okay, so I was on Last Kiss. I do not know Last Kiss. I do not know Afterglow. I do not know if Ed Sheeran's Afterglow is the same or different. But I was going to say they did an amazing song together called Everything Has Changed. The video is so cool. Like, one of my favorites that I always forget about when someone says, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song? Because it's almost like it's just a song and not a Taylor Swift song. I don't know. But for some reason, I don't ever think of it, but it is an absolute favorite of mine. Also, I love Ed Sheeran, except when he raps. I'm not a big fan of that. But, like, they have a bunch of sort of parallel things that they kind of do. Like they both had this song about whatever it was about, but it featured all videos of them, like, growing up all through their childhood. Like, around the same time they both released those songs, and I don't remember what they were, but I was like, oh my gosh, Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift, like, both have the same, like, video style. I think there's some other ones, too, like, I'm pretty sure they're still friends. Like, I don't know how close they are, but I think they're buds. So, they both have a song with the same name, so I was, curious to hear that one as well. Bejeweled, I have totally heard now, but can you believe it? Last year I had not even, or maybe I had heard it. I think I had seen the video. It didn't, I didn't care for it that much, but now I love it. So, you know, it's always like that. It wasn't, until you know the lore, it's not really that sort of emotional. It's not, like, personally emotional, or it's not one with, like, a personal tie to drag and pull me in. Oh, yeah, Endgame. Oh, they've definitely worked together. I think they toured together for a while. My music style that I like pop, top 40. I like music, like, rock and roll, like old school rock and roll, like music from every decade. I like jazz music. But, like, the biggest thing I really like is pop. I like sort of poppy, emo, like I do, like, it's never considered emo, but, like, Maroon 5 is just so emo to me. Not Maroon 5, that's so wrong. I love Maroon 5, though. Matchbox 20, for the longest time, all the bands I liked had numbers in the title, but, Matchbox 20, like, Mad Season, oh my gosh. I mean, I literally laid on my bed listening to that, like an emo child, but I was an adult. But anyway. Bejeweled. The moment I knew, I don't recall ever listening to that. Call it what you want. Did I put it on there twice? Taylor Swift, I almost do. Says I listened to it, but I don't remember it at all. Treacherous. I do not know this song. Stay, Stay, Stay. I hear people talking about all the time. Begin Again, I have heard a few times. So, some of these I have actually heard. But at the time I made the list, I either hadn't heard them or just didn't remember hearing them. Better Man is so good. I love Better Man. My sister is forced to be a Swiftie just like I am forced into loving llamas. Nice. You're losing me again? I have that twice. White Horse. Forget about it, okay? I had not heard White Horse. And I'm telling you, I will probably never listen to it again. It's really pretty. It just made me cry, like, the entire time. It's... No. Taylor, no. No. There's, like, the heart that I can handle having ripped out of me and the one that I cannot. And the White Horse literally just killed me. So I'll probably never listen to it again. Right, you guys just, you know, it's like trading cards, you know. I'll share my Taylor with you, you share your llamas with me. Maybe someday we can ride llamas to a Taylor Swift concert. Journey, that's my son. He Can't Stop Loving You. I don't know that. It makes me think, can't stop loving you. Oh, no, it's not that. Whoa. That's Half of My Heart that she sang with John Mayer. And the song title is Can't Stop Loving You. What the hell? I'm going to have to listen to that, Taylor. What are you doing to me? So my son, I told you he loves the details. And so, like, I was telling him about some detail, and he says, she is so good with the detail. He was like, they shouldn't call her Taylor. They should call her the detailer. And he's like, do you get it? And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Detailer, I get it. She's a detailer. But I was like, I don't like it, but I get it. And he's like, no, do you get it, Mom? Do you get it? D. Taylor. And I was like, oh, I do get it now. Amy Woe? I do not know Amy Woe. But, yeah, I didn't get what he was saying until I got what he was saying, and then I was like, that's pretty funny. I think Taylor would like that. And then another time he's like, I hope we get to meet Taylor Swift someday. He doesn't want to go to a concert because he doesn't like loud noises and things like that. Like, that's just way too much stimulation for him. But he would like to meet her. So he's like, I would love it if we could, what did he say? Something. It would be great if we could meet Taylor Swift someday. I was like, yeah, that would be great. And he says, well, if you meet her and I don't, you tell her about the detailer. Like, I will absolutely tell her that story. It'd be cool if you were secretly Taylor Swift, but I'm sure you're not. She's got to have some secret thing that she like hides under to go check out people talking about her. Just imagine Taylor Swift is secretly watching your video. I'm like, are you going to the Eras Tour? No, I can't afford it. Next thing you know, Taylor Swift shows up at your door with tickets to the Eras Tour. Fantasy. Anyway. Stay. Begin Again, I've heard that one, so I like it. Of course. Better Man is incredible. Better Man kind of makes me think of TTPD a little bit too, you know. Yeah, I didn't really think you were, but so don't worry, you're not disappointing me by being you. My favorite ever singer is George Michael. Passed away in 2016, and then after he died, people found out that like he'd be eating in a restaurant and he'd overhear something about someone, a waitress or someone in there, like he'd like pay off their student loans or something. Like he was just always secretly giving away, giving people money and stuff. And no one knew until after he passed, and everyone came out and said like, oh, he did this thing, but it was, secret. So I didn't tell anyone because he didn't want me to. White Horse, Too Sad, Can't Stop Loving You. I need to know about that connection to John Mayer with that song. Babe, Taylor's version, which is also, I like both versions of Babe. So I've heard that now. Taylor Swift, Run, featuring Ed Sheeran again. I don't recall. It says I've heard it, but I don't recall it. Labyrinth, I think I did listen to. But I can't recall it. Nothing New, Taylor's version from the vault. I mean, I'm pretty sure I put this playlist on and played through most of these songs, or some of them at least, but some of them I just don't remember. Don't remember that. Timeless from the vault. I don't remember that. I'm Only Me When I'm With You. Sort of sounds familiar, but I don't remember that. Oops. You're Not Sorry. Is that Kanye? I don't remember that. I know, it's too much to, like, absorb so many at once. I had to move because I had to keep my phone plugged in so that it wouldn't die again. And now I'm just, sorry, it's like a freaking earthquake here. You're Not Sorry. Can't help it, makes me think of Madonna. I'm not sorry. It's human nature. Taylor Swift, It's Time to Go. I don't know that one. Taylor Swift, Tell Me Why. I don't know that one. High Infidelity, I've heard of so much, but guess what? I don't know it. Don't You. Taylor's version from the vault. Don't remember that. The Other Side of the Door. Taylor's version. Don't know that one. The Very First Night. Don't know that one. Electric Touch. That sounds interesting. I don't know that one. Oof, a lot of vaults. Tracks. Taylor Swift, I Wish You Would. I don't know that one. Breathe, featuring Coley Colbert? Just breathe. Did she write that? Okay, I need to know if she wrote that. Haven't heard that. Hours, haven't heard that. We Were Happy, haven't heard that. The Story of Us, I actually have heard that. Why is that on here? I think I might have added that because I wanted to hear it some more. I hadn't heard it until like a TikTok meme or something was like, what's your Taylor Swift song? The Story of Us. So I had to go listen to it. This Love. I know that song. Taylor Swift, Evermore. I'm not really a very big fan of Evermore, even though I love Exile. And I'm like, yeah, give me more Bon Iver. But like, Evermore does not do it for me like Exile does. Tim McGraw, I think I had heard bits and pieces of, but never really listened to, so I added it to my list. Like, I need to listen to it more. Sugarland is Babe. I'm trying to remember, is it also Sugarland that sings Better Man? No. I don't think that's Sugarland. I think that's Oh, I can't think of that other band. Can you stop playing Fortnite and be with me? Yeah, but Fortnite, the game, I guess, is spelled differently. She has a joke because she's got that song, Endgame, right? And she was joking on Ellen. She was like, people thought I was gonna stop Thanos, and she's just like, I disappointed them again. I disappointed everyone. She's got like a song title for everything you could ever think of. We were happy. I don't know that. Ours, I don't know that. Breathe, I need to hear. Story of us, I do know. This love, I do know. Evermore, I know, but I mean, it's better than Glitch. I'll give it that. Tim McGraw, Babe, is so good. Oh, this is the Sugarland version. And then, okay, that's on the wrong playlist. And all you had to do is stay. So that was the list that I compiled, and it's probably not even all the songs of hers that I don't know. Like, if I went through her entire playlist, I'm sure there'd be more. And it's crazy because, I mean, I know so many songs that I wouldn't have thought that I didn't know so many. True, right? Shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. Champagne Problems, I have heard now, but actually when I made the list, I don't think I had heard Champagne Problems yet. Like, someone's like, what is your favorite Taylor Swift song? And I, like, start naming, well, I think it's this, I think it's that. No, how could I forget the man? How could I forget this? How could I forget that? How could I forget, how could I forget Teardrops on My Guitar? That was like, how could I forget Lover and Exile? And how can I forget I Knew You Were Trouble when I wanted it to be my theme song? And how can I forget, like I name off 20 songs and then I'm like, those are my favorites. And it's like, and yeah, there's still so many that that I haven't even heard. What's the one that came out so different than what was expected off of TTPD? It was, well, but Daddy I Love Him was, definitely different than expected. Straight from the Torture Poets Department. I'm assuming that you've seen the video for Fortnite, yes? My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Down Bad is the one that I'll have in my head for no reason. That's a little bit catchy. I think like the boppy songs, I Can Do It With Broken Heart and Down Bad. So long, London, so long, London. Florida, fuck me up, Florida. We're still waiting for Reputation. Did you notice there's a date on the inside of the CD? There's a poem written by Stevie Nicks to Taylor called For T and Me. And it's on the inside of the case, and then there's a date handwritten right by it. And people are like, maybe it's the day she wrote the poem. And I looked it up. It's not the date she wrote the poem. It's September or something, and a time. Excuse me. And the date adds up to 13 and the time adds up to 13 and people are like, what could it mean? And I was like, obviously it means that's when she's going to announce Reputation TV. Even if I'm sort of joking, but it's kind of a joke that some of the Swifties like think every clue means Rap TV. So I had to go and say it. Guilty Sin I don't remember that well. Who's Afraid of Little Me was, woo, that was scandalizing. I can fix him, but really I can. At this point in the night, I was getting really tired, so, yeah. These songs I heard way late into the night, so I don't remember them as well. Yeah, and then in one group I was in, somebody was insisting that it didn't mean anything, and I'm like, you obviously don't know anything about Taylor. You obviously don't know Taylor, because everything she does means something, and she leaves the number 13 everywhere. Everyone was trying to explain to her, and she was just being like, yeah, I don't think it means anything. I'm like, I said that, and she is like, do you know her? Better than you. Yeah, Who's Afraid of Little Me is pretty great. Peter? Yeah, she's got a lot of names. Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. So High School. I want to hear I Hate It You. I hate it here. Because I hate it here. In my own life. The Prophecy's got a cool name. I actually did hear some of the Bolter. But not all of it, and not on purpose. I don't want to hear the manuscript. Did I listen? Maybe I listened to the manuscript. It appears that I did. But, oh, okay, that was fun. Didn't know I was going to close out my YouTube. Taylor Swift. So those are some of the songs I still haven't heard. Did you? I don't mind sad songs. It just depends. White Horse was, I think it was about someone being abused. It was really sad. And 15 actually makes me cry, like, really bad. And, like, the one about, Never Grow Up makes me cry even worse than 15, so I don't listen to that anymore. It's just like, oh. But then I listen to Lover, and Lover makes me cry every time. Like, bawl my head off. And Exile makes me cry and bawl my head off every time. Oh, see, I did forget another one of my favorites. That's an older one. I think Lover is so good. I love the sound on Lover. That it sounds like a 1950s country music song. Like, it just has a real, what's that word we use for stuff that's old and we want to call it cool? Vintagey sound to it. Illicit Affairs and Dress and Delicate and Wildest Dreams. He's so tall and handsome as hell. Lover, yeah. Lover, it's so beautiful. Illicit Affairs. I don't think Illicit Affairs makes me cry anymore. But it's definitely a favorite. But a bunch of songs are favorites that make me cry, but then there are other songs that make me cry that I don't want to listen to anymore. It's just, I don't know, a different thing. And also Illicit Affairs, too short. Like, it's the bridge. Like, a lot of times in the song there's the bridge, and then there'll be another verse. sometimes even just a repeated verse. No, it's just over. And I was complaining about illicit affairs being too short, and they were kind of like, and someone said, maybe it's meant to be like that way, like an illicit affair. It's like over when you think it's just in the middle. I was like, oh, even worse. Right? August, actually, don't think I had heard August when I made that list either, but I didn't know that I didn't have it added on my list. But August is awesome. I can see it listed in the bedsheets. August slipped away like a moment in time. Woulda, shoulda, coulda is really good. Honestly, I was obsessed by her, everything about John Mayer, like in her music for the longest time. Oh, Bet You Think About Me is good. That's obviously John Mayer. She's always gonna call him out for being pretentious. Like, you always know that's John Mayer. Or not John. No, sorry. No, wrong. Jake Gyllenhaal. I was obsessed with the Jake Gyllenhaal and John Mayer, but because Woulda, Shoulda, Coulda is John Mayer. I Bet You Think About Me is Jake Gyllenhaal. So like, she's always gonna call Jake Gyllenhaal pretentious, and she's kind of always gonna call John Mayer like a soulless vampire. I feel like that's implied. I feel like that's implied. Even, in fact, it's funny that I said a soulless vampire because the video for I Knew You Were Trouble somehow gives me kind of like Twilight-y kind of vibes. Just something about it. And your $1 million couch and your organic shoes, yeah. And all your friends who think all your friends who are better than my friends, and your new girl who's better than me, and the music you listen to is better than mine, and everything is better, 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 better. I'm so much better. I'm so much better than you. What was I just gonna mention? I'm such a performative feminist to have a keychain that says "fuck the patriarchy." Ooh. My daughter thinks he's good looking, and she thinks he's hot. Jake Gyllenhaal, and I'm like, Jake Gyllenhaal is not hot. Like, no. She thinks he's hotter than Taylor Lautner. And I'm like, triple no. She thinks Taylor Lautner's cute but not hot. I'm like, have you seen him? Have you heard him talk? Have you seen him? I don't know. We have different types, apparently. Yes, 10-minute version. I think I heard the 10-minute version before I heard the shorter version. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to check this out. I'm not going to watch a 10-minute song. And the next thing you know, it's over. It's like, what? That was the fastest 10 minutes of my life. I think sometimes it's longer now that I already know it, you know? But, like, watching it the first time, it was like, whew. Wow. So, I'm trying to think of what thing I was going to mention. If I can think of it, then I'll probably talk about that and then go run away. But this was a random collab, they say. Ooh, I love watching reaction videos and, like, reaction videos to Fortnite and the video. And I love watching reaction videos to the album. And, like, if I don't want to watch the whole reaction video, I'll save it for later. But I will skip to her saying, your wife waters flowers, I want to kill her. Because Everybody's reaction on that is so good. And then I'll also skip to her saying, Daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby. No, I'm not, but you should have seen your faces. The faces on that is so good. And I think there's one other spot that's like really particularly that I love the reaction on. I also, your wife waters flowers, I want to kill her. And then later on in the song when it says, my husband is cheating, I want to kill him. Usually I want to see that too, because it's like, wait, your husband, wait, this is a story. This isn't Taylor telling this story, because Taylor's not married. Taylor doesn't live next door to anyone that she had an affair with. Yeah, I have been thinking about it, actually. I even thought maybe I'll rename my channel, but I won't. To Taylor and Tarot and Taylor. I could leave it Ultraviolet, Tarot and Taylor. I could do that. Or is she? Right. Well, I mean, she's never even home. She, like, the way she's describing this song is like a character who, like, lives in a little house in a suburb with the neighbor on the other side of a little picket fence. And, you know. Also, I thought she was singing, your wife bought us flowers. And I was confused as hell by that. And then I'm like, the wife bought us flowers? That's weird. And then when she says she's married, I'm thinking, okay, so maybe like when they moved into the neighborhood, the wife bought us, meaning her and her husband, flowers. Like, your wife is so nice to me, I want to kill her. She doesn't know, like, that I'm in love with you, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, she does. She does like to bake. And then I heard somebody react to it, and they said, your wife waters flowers, and I was like, oh, mind blown. Also, another whenever she says pennies, she says, my pennies made your crown in Karma. Oh. So everyone is also always hating on the Ice Spice version, and I like the Ice Spice version. But the only reason I don't like it is not because of Ice Spice. I just miss, because I really like some of her craziest lyrics are like the best ones, right? Because, like, I don't know. So I really like Spider Boy, King of Thieves, Weave Your Little Web of Opacity. I love that. So, like, it's not on the Ice Spice version, so I gotta listen to her version, because I love that. And then the next thing she says is, my pennies made your crown. So first time I heard that, and still when I hear that, be prepared. I hear, my panties made your crown. I'm like, why is Taylor singing about her panties? It took me forever to realize she was saying pennies. My panties made your crown. And then there's another song where she mentions her pennies, and it's not quite, it sounds a little bit like, a little bit more like pennies, but I still, like, every time she says pennies, I'm like, panties. I'm gonna go too, so have a great day, and hopefully we can have another Taylor live stream soon. Have so much fun at your concert. Bye. Till next time, be well.
Hey everybody, it's Drama Tuesday. Welcome back to the channel.
Drama Tuesday.